A foster kid within his own family. It sounds fucked up, but nigga, that's me. I hated how my mama just took off. I guess she was mad the way she got shook off from dad. Grandma did the best she could. Yes, man, but I still did hand to hand. I still sold packs and grams. And I still live off the land. Trying to stack some grams. And I still try to be something that I'm not. The other dude right there. You know the next man. Why not the best man? Is life a test, man? I'm just asking before I die. Can somebody tell me who I am? Goddamn. Is my pops Paul or Sam? Or that cat that be picking up cans? Or that dude that you used to fight? I seen the mail, mom. That nigga in Clinton. And mom from Harlem or Brooklyn. I don't know. Spring Valley or Charleston. I don't know. A few cats have been where I've been, so I know y'all understand where I'm at with it. Anybody ever been through anything in their life? Just vibe with me. That's all the struggle. You can overcome anything. Persistence overcomes resistance in every aspect of life. Rock with me. Understand. Now I'm in the scheme of things. The Benz, the Bentley coupe, the beam of things. The goat, the dope, the triple demon things. I'm getting money. You know the dream of things. Man, I thought I was a shit, had a Benz, but I lived in my neighbor's basement. Here's the question: how could a young nigga be so old? How could a hot nigga get so cold? How can an old nigga be so dumb? How can a smart nigga be so dumb? How can a cool nigga be such a nerd with no wings? How can I be a bird? How come getting what I deserve is so unheard? So absurd. Why am I still here? So many niggas is gone that was born my year. Scoot up writing this rhyme, I had to shed a tear, cause I've been waiting so long to say this shit here. Yeah. Y'all know where I'm at. That's just how it was. I smile now, but I smile to stop from crying. Yeah. Yeah. Two people. Yeah. Yeah. Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and hit that like button. Violate that like button. I wasn't going to go live because I ain't get to the barber shop. I'm looking all scruffy, but you know what? The show must go on. The show got to go on. I got to turn this heat off in my shed. It's way, way, way too hot. Way, way, way too hot. Way too hot. Yeah. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. One of the stories I'm going to do on a pre-recorded, I speak on, I'm going to elaborate tonight on that 7-year-old girl that got shot. When I tell you, watching the video, seeing a little girl walking with her father, her getting caught by a stray bullet, her father panicking, crying, picking his baby up, rushing her to the hospital. When do we say enough is enough? When is enough enough? When is enough enough? Like, I hate to say it, because I don't like stop and frisk. I hate it. I hate the concept of it. I hate grown men being, just pinpointed out by the police and decided to just like violate you and harass you. But if we as black men are not going to clean up our community, then we leave no choice for the police to clean up the black community. I'm sick and tired of the streets. I am sick and tired of that mentality.
I'm gonna react to a video. I shouldn't even watch the video. Like Lily said, why would you even watch the video? Because sometimes I want to hear the ignorance. And somebody titled the video, Bullets Gotti breaks down and ethers HASSAN Campbell. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this. One time. I'm gonna do this one time. Because I need to make it clear who I am and what I represent as a man.
But you prove the motherfuckers that you really not that dude. You see, when they talk about Pete, the whole 5 boroughs get that man his flowers. When they talk about Preem, the whole 5 boroughs, even outside of New York, speak on that man highly. You know? When they talk about C-Town or other niggas from that era, world, whoever, from any borough, whoever they talk about, is respect on the name, bro. When they look at HASSAN, they don't look at him as though this is a stand-up nigga that let it go. They look at him as the nigga that is basically, in question of his sexuality. His sexuality is in questioning. And that he'll do anything for a fucking YouTube view. That's what they look at when they speak about you. A nigga that was on the cover of Midnight Marauders, the Tribe Called Quest album.
What's the problem with me being on the cover of one of the greatest and most legendary rap groups out of Queens? One of them. What's the problem with that? That it proves the history of who I am now and who I was then. But let me let you finish. The dude that is known, when you Google Bullets Gotti name and you look it up on YouTube, you see the young boy that got robbed by the Mexicans in the park, and they put it on the internet. The world watch you get robbed. Then we see the video with CK and him running down, his people running down allegedly on you in Brooklyn and going in your pockets and beating you up on camera. What are we talking about? In today's time. But let me let you finish so I can clear up some things, right? I'm going to let you finish so I can clear some things up. I'm not going to keep doing this back and forth with you because I really don't even understand why you trying to convince people to stop watching me when you still watching me. My every move.
The nigga that will say he'll spit on Jay Prince and spit in his face and hit his mother. And then next thing when he showed up, he apologized.
I never apologized to Jay Prince. You're lying.
This is a man that'll get drunk. He'll get sloppy drunk. Mm-hmm. And then apologize for what he said because he spoke out of character. Now mind you, when he's sober, he doesn't regurgitate those things. But when he's drunk, he says everything that's on his mind because they would say the liquor is the truth serum. It is. It's the truth. Once you drink that alcohol, that shit is the truth, my nigga. You really see the real feelings of a motherfucker once he's intoxicated. Seriously. His true feelings come out, how he feels about certain shit. It all comes out while drinking that alcohol. HASSAN proved to people on YouTube, and I don't understand why people don't understand. He proved to y'all that he not here to save nobody. Who's he saving? Change what? He's not changing anything in the hood. Young boys are still out here wilding out. Okay? People still getting killed. So what has he really changed? He ain't changed nothing. All he did was fatten his pockets and just sell y'all a bunch of pipe dreams and scare y'all with a bunch of conspiracy thoughts, right? But knowing damn well that he don't stand about nothing. This is a nigga that took, shout out to my brother Jay Marvelous. He'll watch niggas that got platforms that talk about these things.
I never heard of a Jay Marvelous a day in my life. A day in my life. I rarely watch YouTubers. If I am going to watch a YouTuber, even the ones I'm subscribed to, they're not even regular YouTubers. You got like Spiritual Zoe. He doesn't even post that much. One of the biggest YouTubers, way bigger than me. That's who I might watch every here and there. Shout out to Spiritual Zoe. CJ's so cool every once in a while with him and his children. CJ on 32s. You see what I'm saying? I just recently, probably a week ago, started watching a little bit of Anton Daniels. Like dudes that's very, very successful on YouTube. I very, very rarely watch a dude that has less than 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Because I like to watch people that's successful. Successful. I do not swim with bottom feeders. I don't. Because most of you bottom feeders come on YouTube and then you start telling everybody that people are stealing from you when dude's been on YouTube for over a decade. Do you know what it takes to be on YouTube for 7 years? And to stay on top and to stay relevant and to stay in everybody's mouth? That's something that you have to figure out, Bullets Gotti. But I'm going to let you finish so I can go into my topic and get to what I really want to say. Because I like this topic. I like what you're talking about.
Switch it around like that's his talking points. That man can't tell you a book he read. He can't tell you nothing, but he can tell you.
I don't want to read nobody's book. I want to write books. Why do I have to read somebody else's ideas? Why can't I have people read my ideas? I don't want to read nobody else's book. I don't want to be programmed by somebody else. I want to do the programming. I want to tell the stories. I don't want to read nobody else's book. Thank you.
All of this and that, but can't give you an escape plan. Ain't giving y'all nothing to help your people. All he telling you is the same old bullshit that's been told multiple times.
But nobody else is complaining about the same old bullshit but you. So if you don't like what I'm saying, don't tune in. But I'm going to play the beginning of what you said again, because that's what I really wanted to speak on. I played this little cut. Now I'm going to play just this beginning.
You got a few niggas you put on the camera and they say things to make you happy, to stroke your ego. But you prove to motherfuckers that you really not that dude. You see, when they talk about Pete, the whole 5 boroughs get that man his flowers. The niggas talk about Preem, the whole 5 boroughs, even outside of New York, speak on that man highly. You know? When they talk about C-Town or other niggas from that era, world, whoever, from any borough, whoever they talk about, it's respect on the name, bro. When they look at a song, they don't look at him as though this is a stand-up nigga that let it go. They look at him as the nigga that is basically, you know, in question of his sexuality. His sexuality is in questioning. And that he'll do anything for a fucking YouTube view.
Now, That's where we're going to stop at. Pistol Pete has to get up every day and open his ass cheeks to a correction officer that's telling him to put his fingers in his mouth, lift his arms up, turn around, put your hands on the wall, now cough. When the police telling Pistol Pete to cough, they're telling him to cough because they're looking at his doodle hole and they want to see it bounce open. And this is no disrespect to Pete, because I had to go through the same thing. You telling me people were giving his flowers? He was given a death sentence for the mistakes that he made when we was in our early 20s. You talking about Carlton Hines, a dude that ran with my big brothers, my mentors in the street. B.O., rest in peace. Right? You talking about Carlton Hines, a dude that's dead, that got murdered at a car wash. He got murdered at a car wash. Never to see his family again. May Carlton Hines rest in peace. You talking about World, a dude that got life in jail, who's never going to see the streets again. For you to think that my ego is so tainted that I want that type of that reputation, I want that type of respect, you gotta be stupid. Now, Bullets Gotti, here's the thing that you acting like you don't see, but you really, really do see. Right now, HASSAN Campbell's only been live for 17 minutes. And there's 2,000 people in the building. Hit the like button. On one of my YouTube pages alone, I'm going on 500,000 people subscribed. Almost 500,000 people subscribed to me on YouTube on one page alone. I got multiple YouTube plaques on different pages. Every time I post a video, people all over the world wants to see what HASSAN Campbell got to say. And you told yourself in your mind that I don't think that I'm greater than the people that you name. No disrespect to them. I pray that one day Pete come home from jail to see his family again, but 9 times out of 10, it's never going to happen. I pray that World come home and see his family again, but 9 times out of 10, it's never going to happen. And I pray for the family of Carlton Hines. I be outside with them on Cortland Ave on a regular. Shout out to my Cortland Ave crew. Some of these niggas is niggas I was raised up under, my nigga. I'm sorry, but I don't want to rewrite history and become a lifer. I don't want to be like the brother Tut that just came home, that's in his 60s now. Are you kidding me? Dudes went to jail with baby faces and came home with gray hairs on their face. Do you understand the evils? My right-hand man, one of them, that just came home from jail after doing 25 years in jail. The streets know who he is. This is me going to jail, visiting my brother, Terrence, from Bronx River, locked up for bodies. You know how many of my dudes I'm never going to see on the streets again? Bam just came home. Bam Bam from Mod 9 just came home after doing 30 years in jail. My childhood friend. Nigga came home after doing 30 years in jail. Do you really, in your retarded, slow, disabled mind, do you really think that that's what I want for myself, or I want it for myself? If that's what I wanted for myself, it was easy for me to accomplish that. I could just go back up. Nigga, I beat too many cases and I'm not even repeating it no more. That chapter and that part of my life is so over. But this new chapter, let me tell you something, man. Me getting shot outside in Bronx River was the best thing that ever happened to me. You know why? Because it showed me that through my breaking down and looking for acceptance from the people in Bronx River, because of what I went through with Africa Bambaataa, looking for them to accept me. They didn't. Instead, I got shot. And God said in that moment, when I got shot and that bullet went into my body next to my heart and my lungs, where I could have collapsed and died, God let me be spanked so that he could revive me and sit right back in front of this camera and tell everybody that's watching me right now that God is good. Everybody that's watching me, write in the comment section if you believe that God is good. Write God is good in the comment section. Everybody that believes in God and feel that God is good. I don't care who you pray to. Who you pray to. My life, it took for me to get shot to realize. You ever heard that Patti LaBelle song? Somebody loves me, baby. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Somebody loved me and it was God. I don't have to look for acceptance from niggas in the game that's losing. The streets has a spell cast over it. The streets have a demonic spell that's cast over it. The streets don't love nobody. The streets don't love nobody. I fully understand that. So as far as the street reputation, Bullets Gotti, I got a reputation that's worldwide. My name is bigger than the niggas that you named, my nigga. In a righteous way. Not in the wrong way. Not for selling crack. Not for selling coke. Not for selling dope. But from sitting up there spitting. When Nas said, all I need is one mic. All I need is one mic. God gave me a mic and I speak to my people. They laugh with me. They cry with me. And you people, you haters that don't know how to be yourself, y'all don't understand how the audience that I have is still rocking with me. Y'all can't understand that. Because the anointings that has been given to me by God Almighty, you cannot sit up there and borrow off of somebody else's light. You can't steal somebody else's glow. It has to come from within you. How you sit up there and you saying, people questioning my sexuality. They don't question my sexuality. You do. The people that love me don't care about what I am. My wife don't question my sexuality. You putting reasonable doubt out there for the haters. And even the haters can't stop watching me because they want to see what is my recipe, what is my formula, how do I keep winning. I influence so many people to get off the streets. So many dudes is never going to sit up there and admit that they YouTubers and podcasters because of HASSAN and Campbell. So many people was being influenced by me every single day. I started to love my life. There was a point in the time where I was on YouTube and I was sitting up there eating off of YouTube, getting crazy checks. 20s, 30s, $40,000 every month before they sabotaged my page. And you know the crazy part about it is? I wasn't appreciating it because I didn't learn to love life. I was just living, just existing. Now, God taught me that God is good. And God is so good that he made me somebody in people's houses all across America. So when you compare me to a nigga that's going to die in jail, please don't do that. I don't want that curse that them dudes put upon themselves. I don't want the curse of being so stuck in the street that when you sit back and you analyze, just like OG Percy, right? We ain't talking about that dude from Texas. Shout out to him. We talking about the dude from the Bronx, Terror Squad Percy. We talking about a brother that died in the streets at 55 years old that ain't have no business being in the streets. Percy had no business being in the streets at 55 years old. No business being in the streets at 55 years old. No business still being active in the streets at 55 years old. May that brother rest in peace. The streets are addictive and they are dangerous. The streets is a drug within itself. Those nasty neighborhoods with piss and shit in the hallways is a mental illness. It's a sickness. No, we're not talking about the Percy from Texas. We're talking about Percy from the Bronx. Don't ever confuse me again. My reputation, whatever my reputation was and whatever my reputation is, the people that knew me and know me in life, they know my old reputation. I don't live there no more. Because I had to make a decision and decide that at some point in time, I had to destroy my reputation before my reputation destroyed me. After the last time I went to jail for homicide, which was in 2004, when I went to jail for that last homicide case, I prayed to God to get me out of that situation. And I prayed and told God, if he got me out of that situation, I would kill my reputation. And that's what I did. Because if I didn't kill my reputation would have killed me by giving me life in jail. Who wants to be in jail for the rest of your life? So that you can have niggas on the street bragging about the ignorance that you did? Do y'all know what it's like for the parents of the deceased to get a knock on their door because somebody done knocked your noodles off? Somebody done murdered one of your family members? That's a feeling that never ever goes away. That's not something I want to brag about. And then the sad part about it is the way you listen to the audio of him talking, Bullets Gotti, that's something that you would never be. You never could be. You ain't got the balls. You ain't got the heart. And I'm glad you ain't got the balls to be that dumb. Because all them niggas that's in jail, that got life in jail, they sitting up there wishing that they could undo what they did to themselves. Because the same people out here in these streets that you talking about, oh, they respect this one and they respect, no, they don't. They won't even send them commissary. Both of these candidates, whether it been Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, was looking for all types of stuff to give out to get into office. Not near one of you gang niggas went up there and came with the 200,000 deep. The Bloods is like, sex, money, murder is probably like 200,000 deep. Would you think that these niggas would have got together and said to Trump, get Pete out? Give him a second chance. We'll do better. Can we get the big homie out? Can we pardon him? Nah, y'all didn't. Because y'all don't care about him. Y'all just care to y'all just want to, y'all want to shine off of his reputation. Y'all don't care about that man. The streets don't love him. I could only imagine about how many niggas tried to holler at his baby mother since he been in there. The streets don't love you. They don't love none of us. Y'all not fighting to get that man out. You got prisoners being released every single day. Y'all not fighting to get him out. I don't need that type. I don't need them type of friends. I'm sorry. I don't need them type of friends. And I don't need to prove to somebody that ain't got their life together, that's sitting up there trying to be me on the internet. I don't need to prove nothing to you neither. I don't want no parts of the streets ever again. Yes, I have enemies, and I know at some point we probably will meet again. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what happens when that time comes. But me sitting up there actually trying to make y'all and convince y'all that I want to spend the rest of my life in jail, you out of your mind. You're absolutely out of your mind. I'm sitting up there looking, because I just, you know, I've been recently seeing the brother Mayo. And Bo Mayo's on the internet, for those of y'all that didn't see him, flashing a lot of money on Instagram. He was just recently in Brooklyn, threw 250,000 on the floor, then turned around and bragged about the 250,000 that he got in jewelry. And I was just looking at him thinking to myself, like, do you realize what you're doing to yourself? Do you realize the evil eye, the curse that you're putting on yourself, on top of the fact that this nigga don't even have a job, fresh out of prison. D. Harris, how is everyone doing today? Thank you for sponsoring this war, family. Appreciate you. And anybody else that I might have missed. Do you realize that this dude was throwing up hundreds of thousands of dollars on Instagram? Stop snitching. You got me messed up. I would tell on you in a heartbeat. I was Charleston White before Charleston White. Stop snitching. Nigga, some of you niggas need to go to jail. When you go to jail, the world will be a better place. But just in case, because I don't know if you're talking to me or how you said what you said, what I will say is that he snitched on himself when he put them videos up on the internet. That's why he's locked up. That's why the feds ran into his house, because he snitched on himself. He posted all that money up and kept bragging. And then do you not realize that there's people out here on the internet that's on the FBI payroll? Do you realize that some of the niggas that's on the block, patrolling the block, hanging out with you, the ones that you think that's bums, that ain't got no money, do you realize that they are on the police payroll? Do you realize that there's gangbangers like Trife Gangster in Brooklyn that's on the government payroll? Do you realize that there's niggas like Big U out there in California, some of the most notorious gangbangers out of California are on the payroll? How do you get up on the internet and you tell on yourself and then talk about there's a snitch? No, you snitched, you incriminated yourself. You incriminated yourself. You haven't paid any taxes. You don't have a job. What part y'all don't understand, man? What part y'all don't understand? That brother did 12 years in jail. Now he back under a RICO charge. He just turned the 12-year bid into a 20. Like, he just did 12 years. Now he about to do 20, maybe 30? I was looking at a situation. Let me start off by saying, welcome home, Tut. I was looking at a situation, an argument, or rather, China Brim. Somebody sent me a link or whatever the case, where China Brim went at Tut. And I got to say, I understand where China Brim is coming from. I do understand where he's coming from. He's seen a video where Tut is standing in the video with a dude that ratted on somebody, right? And China Brim's response was, how you standing next to a dude that ratted when you dudes encouraged us to be in the streets and we learned the rules of the streets, the rules of the game from you, Tut? Shut up. Now, my whole thing is like this, right? I went through that same situation with Styles P and the Locks. When I looked and I seen him on stage with Freaky Zeke, a dude that got a dude doing 30 years in jail. And Styles P said in so many ways, we ain't into that no more. See, the thing about it is that dudes that's being raised in the streets, or the dudes that's still in the streets, they still didn't get it yet. There is no rules. And most people don't get a chance to come home like Tut and say, you know, I'm a changed man. I don't live the same way no more, and I respect Tuck. Like I really truly respect Tuck for coming home and trying to make a difference. The same way I respect Brian Glaze Gibbs for coming home and saying, "Yo, I did the wrong things. Yeah, I snitched," is what Brian Glaze Gibbs is saying. Yes, I snitched, but I was a fool. That lifestyle is foolish. There is no honor in us making a name off of hurting each other. There is no honor in scoring points on each other in the hood battlefield, on Satan's playground. There is no honor in that. After we came off of slavery and wars, because I don't think y'all understand, it wasn't just slavery. There was wars going on this land. So bad to where that our ancestors was eradicated. Where we can't even give, and they not even giving us the true history of where we come from in America, what tribes we come from in America. They eradicated us. They gave us welfare. And after they took us out of our natural environment, they threw us in the projects, aka the concrete jungle. And we take pride in taking over neighborhoods that's experimental. No more wells where you get your own water out. Nope. You got project water with fluoride in it. No more farms where you grow your apples and you raising your cows and pigs and chickens. Nope. You have supermarkets where your chicken is got, well, you've seen the videos where everybody asking the same question. What is that being shot into the chicken? Why is the chicken? No thanks. Now people don't even want to eat meat no more. So much that now even the president of the United States is saying our food is being poisoned. It is the worst food and he's going to get rid of those ingredients. But let's not stray off. Let's get back to how we got to the projects. How we ended up in those tenement buildings. And why is it okay for us to wage war on each other? When you get to be Tut's age, and you realize that 9 times out of 10, forgive me if I'm wrong, Tut, I don't know if this is true or not, but Tut probably lost his mother while he was in jail. And I guarantee you while Tut was in jail, he's seen at least about 30 deaths from people on the outside that he'll never, ever, ever get to see again. So the last thing in a dude's mind is coming home when somebody greets you and give you a gift. I'm not thinking about if you give me an outfit, you giving me clothes, I'm fresh out of jail coming home and you giving me something. I'm not thinking who you snitched on. I understand China Brent, but those days are over. It's over. Nobody cares who snitched on who. Nobody cares whether Big Meat snitched or not. They don't care. Because if your money is up, people are very willing to overlook your evils. That's why, for me, I stay out of the streets and I say, it's safe to say it ain't safe outside. It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. Nigga, the streets don't love nobody. The streets is giving out expiration dates and toe tags. The streets don't love nobody. And I'm sorry, but I'm not looking to fit in. Because you see the same thing that niggas be making fun of me about. Look at the industry. Look at the industry. Everything that I was preaching and trying to teach y'all about Africa Bambaataa, I already knew that the whole industry was like that. I already knew Quincy Jones was foul. Rest in peace to Quincy Jones. You won't hear me say that. I already knew about the director's cut in Hollywood. I already knew about Russell Simmons and the rumors about him. The rumors been going on for over 40 years with Russell Simmons. Then you got your Meek Mills. I done seen 1,000 Meek Mills. Now he want to run around talking about no Diddy. Nah, it's too late for that, my nigga. You already participated in some of the most evilest acts with Diddy, allegedly. And now you want to sit up there and throw out no Diddy? Nah. You was rocking with him. Don't kick him now. Meek, don't do that. You was co-defendant. Don't do that, Meek. Meek, don't do that. Now you want to kick Diddy? Nah, you can't do that, man. You was booked over in the pool where he was calling you daddy. Nah, you can't do that. Laying your face with your back arched. You had a slant in your back in the pool while he was calling you daddy, looking up to him. Just like the white boy, the rich white boy you were in the videos with, talking about giving you butt naked hugs under the blankets. Remember that? Remember him? Nah, it's too late. Don't do that. Meek showing what type of dude that he really is. You foul. Meek all the way foul. Now it's no Diddy? Why it's no Diddy now, Meek? Why you gonna kick that man while he down when you was aiding and abetting him? You was down with all the stuff he was down with. You knew what type of lifestyle he was having. You knew what type of parties he was throwing. You was all in the mix with him. You was even dressing like him. I ain't never in my life put on the same outfit as a nigga. And now you want to know Diddy? Nah. Nah, man. I don't like that. I don't. Nigga, if we commit a crime together, we hold it down together. Don't sit up there and wait for that man to get in jail after you done hung out with him and hung out with his kids and then gonna scream no Diddy. Don't do that. Don't do that. The sad part about it is most of us believe most of us believe that audio with him and Diddy having sex allegedly, most of us believe that it's real. Because we don't believe in you, Meek. We don't believe in you at all. Yeah, Meek went shopping. He went shopping. Then he spent the bag on him. The streets is dirty. And it's like I said on Instagram, right? Again, let me say rest in peace to Percy, man. Percy was Percy was loved by a lot of dudes. But I want y'all to understand something. Never underestimate a person that owes you money. You got a nigga that owes you money. And he made a conscious decision not to pay you your money back. He already know that it's up. In your mind, you're telling yourself, when I see this nigga, when you see him, what is what he's saying? Without saying it, he already deaded you on the money. When I see this nigga, when you see me, what? What you gonna do? You gonna run down on me? Not looking in my hand while you running down on me and you arguing with me? You get aggressive, you try to yap me and snatch my chain, like to show me, like to punk me because I owe you money, but you never looked in my hand the whole time. I'm holding a knife. Bang, bang. See, when I look at situations like this, I learn from them. Because you thinking that you arguing with somebody you looked out for, when they deaded you on your money, they knew that you was a potential enemy and they was going to do whatever it took not to give you what they owed you. Even though we seen each other in a restaurant, a bar, niggas don't care. They posting up pictures, buying sneakers, buying new coats, popping bottles, but they owe you money. They already made a conscious decision that if it's going to be up, it's going to be up. So you better make sure anybody that's watching me If you know you lent somebody some money, you better be serious about your approach when you go to get that money. Very, very serious. Because when they decided not to pay you, they knew that it was going to be consequences. And they already decided when they decided not to pay you, that they wasn't going to be the one that lose. You was. So make sure you understand that. And again, for you people that keep saying Percy is not dead, we're not talking about that dude from Texas. We're talking about Percy from the Bronx that's in the picture. Thank you. Thank you. We're not talking about that Percy. We're talking about another Percy. You got more than one Percy in the world, and you got more than one Percy. You got Percy from the Bronx, get busy. We talking about Terror Squad Percy. All up in the video. Bump skitty bump skitty lump bump. Nestle Crunch. How's you out for that? That was a lesson to be learned, man. That was a lesson to be learned. Nigga owe you money, he take your life like, nah, man. That's why I tell y'all, they smile in your face. All the while they want to take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. They smile in your face. Like never underestimate the enemy that you don't even know that you have. I had to learn that in life. I had enemies that I didn't even know was my enemies. Never underestimate the enemy that you don't even know that you have. It may cost you your life. It's like a jungle outside that make me wonder how I keep from going under. The streets don't love nobody. And envy is a dangerous game to play with. Jealousy and envy is a dangerous game to play with. Jealousy and envy is a dangerous game. But I'm going to tell you something else too. People that got animosity, you got to distance yourself from them. I don't give a damn if it's your baby moms. I don't give a damn if it's your brother, your sister, your cousin. People that got animosity, built up animosity, I ain't got no time for you. You got to distance yourself. Because at some point in time, that animosity is going to come out. How they say pressure bust pipes? When you grab a soda and you shake that ginger ale up, that Pepsi up, and you open up that top, it overflows. That's the perfect example of people's envy that you play with. The envy is bottled up. And you're not even realizing that the envy is that serious. The animosity that they got towards you. And it might be for some of the stupidest reason. You know, I done had an argument with people, and some of the gripes that they had, niggas would be sitting up there arguing with you because you ain't give them a now later in 2nd grade. Yeah, remember when you came to school and you had a pack of now laters and you didn't give me a now later? Like, yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny talking to certain, that's why I don't even talk to too many people. Certain people I talk to, you listen to them, they be sitting up there throwing shade at you. And I'm just listening to them throwing shade at me. And it's like, I be laughing to myself. Anything I don't know, I don't care. I just make sure whatever I do in life, I be me. That's it. There's people that's smarter than me in certain areas. I stay in my lane, in my arena. And I do best in my arena. I don't have to be in your arena. I'm good in mine. My whole thing is, if you think you so smarter than me, you so smarter than me, why your money not up? You smart, right? Cause that's the shit that be killing me. Niggas be throwing shade and don't get mad cause I figured out my own way that I could actually be me and get paid for being me. Don't get mad at me for that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be you. Let me see you get money off of being you. Nope, you can't. You got to punch the clock all day and you're mad. So you keep throwing shade and keep throwing shade and keep throwing shade. People be indirectly calling you names, talking about you behind your back. Oh, he's dumb. I'll be dumb. But there's a lot of people out here that love my dumb ass. If I'm going to read a book in today's time, it'll be about carpentry, electrical work. Because reading somebody's theories, I don't want your theories. I give you mine. I don't want your theories. I don't want your programming. All throughout the world, there's been wars. Certain books was rewritten. Certain books was taken off the shelves. So I question every book that you left on the shelf. Villages have been destroyed. I don't care about somebody. I'm not here to look at history no more. I'm here to make history. I'm here to be a part of history. That's it. I know I don't want to read about myself. I want to write about myself. I mean, really, what is somebody else going to tell me about me? Yo, can y'all see me? What the hell? Wow. Come on, YouTube. Stop playing. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Yo, YouTube is dirty. That was dirty. That was definitely dirty. But shout out to the 3,700 people in the building. That was definitely dirty. Like, wow. Yeah, we still here. There's even more people in the building. That's what's up. You saying y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear? Wow, just like that, they snatched 600 people out of the building.
And after gunfire broke out inside of a Queens barbershop, surveillance video here showing just the chaos in the shop on Roosevelt Avenue in Corona.
Yeah, police say a man ran into the barbershop to get help after three men started chasing him with guns. Our Nicole Johnson has the latest from Corona, including why one of the barbers is being called a hero, while community advocates are calling for even more police in the area.
This surveillance video shows a man desperately trying to save his own life. You see him right there in the black holding a red jacket. He just ran into this barber shop for help. Seconds later, you see three men apparently with guns run in. Their target makes his way to the back of the barber shop. That's when one of the barbers, Rafael Abreu, jumps into action. He's holding one of the gunmen back, but he's outnumbered, trying to wrestle the gun away. One of the three men picks up the gun and fires a single shot at the victim. Abreu is able to get the gunman out of the barbershop without anyone getting hurt. He explains he had no time to think. He wanted to protect his co-workers and clients.
He gave them a verbal command not to come in. And then when the people continued to advance, he then grabbed physically one and tried to get the gun from him. But he said he saw the other person who also had a gun. He was coming in his direction.
Speaking through a translator, Abreu tells us he's from the Dominican Republic and has been a barber for 6 years. He's a family man who saw his life flash by. He says none of the men are known in the shop, not even the man the group was after. Now thinking back, Abreu is very shaken.
Cristianamente hablando.
As a Christian, I want to tell you,
Me siento inseguro.
I feel very unsafe.
It was just before 6 Saturday evening when this dramatic scene played out on Roosevelt Avenue and 103rd Street, the same neighborhood where police have been cracking down on prostitution and illegal vendors. More officers have been patrolling here under a new program. After this shooting, community leaders are looking for an even larger police presence here.
The situation showing that 200 police is enough. You need more police officers in the neighborhood. And that's situation.
Meantime, Abreu is being called a hero for his actions.
They need to rename this barbershop as the Barbershop of Heroes on Roosevelt Avenue. Because of this man's actions, a life was possibly saved.
It's still unclear what led up to the shooting. Police say they are looking at that surveillance video as well as other video in the area to find clues. If you have any information on this, call Crime Stoppers. The number's right there. It's 800-577-TIPS. In Corona, Nicole Johnson, Pix 11 News.
I said this before and I'm going to say this again, right? If you have the money to get out of the hood and you don't, that's child abuse. Your children should not have to survive the hood. Your children should not have to survive the hood. Your 7-year-old child should not go outside and have to get caught by a stray bullet. Because the children in the hood are so dysfunctional at the age of 16, 17, 18, and 19, they're getting 20 and 30-year bids because they hate life that much that they want to take somebody else's life. Nobody should have to live like that. Nobody.
Two teenagers arrested and facing attempted murder charges in a shooting that wounded a 7-year-old girl in Harlem. Police say the child was caught in the crossfire of a shooting at the corner of 145th and Bradhurst Streets. Eyewitness News reporter Phil Tate is live at Harlem Hospital, but that little girl is right now recovering. Phil?
Yes, Charlene, she's recovering right now, but moments ago we just learned that 17 and the 19-year-old who police have had in their custody have officially been charged with attempted murder. That's as 7-year-old Fatou Keita is now recovering here at Harlem Hospital after being shot in her abdomen. Well, this after she was out with her dad just yesterday in a Harlem street when it all turned into violence. Let's get right to her photo right now. We're told that she is expected to make a full recovery as she's listed in stable condition right now. Meantime, the alleged gunmen, police only identifying the 19-year-old as Daniel Aduhu, are now behind bars, while doctors say the 7-year-old will make a full recovery after she underwent surgery. Video on your screen follows the violence as gunfire had exploded on 145th and Bradhurst Avenue. Now, cops say 9 rounds were fired between 2 gang members firing on 2 rivals at the opposite end of the block in broad daylight. Now, those bullets not hitting the intended target, rather a shattered glass and a now wounded little girl whose life could have been cut short. Now, she was rushed in a cruiser here to Harlem Hospital, where she received medical attention. As for police right now, they're still looking for more answers.
The 2 males were apprehended running. One had a firearm on him, and we're currently looking for a second weapon.
I really want to commend the quick response from the 30 and the 32 precinct in their response, and we're going to see this through to justice. Clearly, our hearts go out to the family. We want to be clear. I'll pray for the quick recovery.
And again, those 2 teen suspects, both a 17 and a 19-year-old, have both been charged with attempted murder. That 19-year-old also seeing additional charges, including criminal possession of a weapon. We're live outside of Harlem Hospital this morning. I'm Bill Tate, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Just 7 years.
Who wants to live like that? Who in their right mind wants to live like that? When you get a certain age and you realize that God allowed you to get a second chance to right your wrongs, I don't care about what a little dirty nigga like Bullets Gotti thinks about me, because he can't stop watching me. He can't, like, when you counted me out, and even though through the manipulation and them playing with my channel, I'm still doing great numbers. I fell off and I'm still 10 times better than you. Still, every time I go live, thousands of people in the building. Still, my job is my message. See, I feel good when I get up here and I say, yo, that lifestyle ain't nothing to be worshipped. It ain't nothing to be praised. I feel good when people come in my DM and say, yo, Haas, you saved my life. I went and got a job. I got out of the streets. I moved out of the old neighborhood. I feel good when I see people DMing me and saying, yo, Haas, I bought my first house. I bought my first piece of land. I feel good when people go out there and show me videos and they say, yo, Haas, look, I built my own pond. Yo, Haas, I couldn't afford a pond. I got a fish tank. Look, I got fish. I got turtles. I got lizards. We doing things that we like to do. And we ain't running around acting like we trying to hurt nobody. The best thing that you can do is find a woman or find a man that just want to have good times. The worst situation that you can be in is when you stuck with a female or you stuck with a dude that just got so much hate in their heart and animosity that they want to keep just bringing up old negative shit. And every time you spending time with them, it's like you spending time with the devil. Be careful who you spend your time with. I can have a good time by myself. By myself. And if I got to pick up the phone for you, and every time I talk to you, you throwing shade at me, in a minute you ain't going to speak to me. I don't care who you are. Because people like to take their frustration of life, or they like to act. You ever met a person that act like everything is going so good in their life, and they sold this and they sold that and they at peace with themselves, but it feels like every time you have a conversation with them, they just try to throw shade at you, belittle you, or say some shit that they think that is going over your head, but it's really not. Like, I don't care who you are. When you have that kind of animosity, you can check out of my life forever. Forever? Forever, ever? Forever. You don't never have to come back. We don't never have to have a conversation. I am not looking for nobody's approval. The people that I looked up to the most in life let me down. They let me down. That's why when Tut said, and I watched the video with Tut, and there's some pointers that I want to give Tut early in the game, but I said I'll reserve that because I don't want to seem like I'm picking on a brother. I'm happy to see Tut home. I'm happy to see him and his wife up there doing their thing. There's certain things I think that they need to tune up a little bit, but he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. And already, he done came home and he learned to tell his own story and to be himself. Whether we like it or not, shout out to you, Tut, man. Keep doing what you doing. Make passionate love to that woman that you got sitting there, because you came home to a fresh situation. You got a fresh start. With a lot of people that's been home, they sitting here with miserable chicks. The dude even miserable or the chick even miserable. And they've been in a relationship for 6 years, 5 years, 10 years, some even 20 years, and they in a burnt out relationship and they miserable. And they passing judgment on everybody else's life, but in their relationship, they are miserable. They are not happy. Whether they the side chick, whether they the wife, or whether the husband is the side nigga, because there's so much backward shit going on in the black community. Yeah, that word black is dangerous. It's a spell. It's dangerous. And I respect people that ain't never been to jail, because it's hard as hell to stay out of trouble, but it's easy as hell to get into trouble. So I salute the people that's never corrupted their life, the ones that was actually having a good time, the people that's actually had a good time their whole life. You enjoyed every bit of your life. Salute to you. But the people like me that's been to jail or did more time than me, we missed out. Tell to tell you, he missed out on life. He robbed himself of joy. That's why I respect Tut. That's why I respect Brian Glaze Gibbs. Even though Brian Glaze Gibbs ratted, it's not hard for me to get over that. Because on the day of Yama Kiyama, on the day of judgment, when we stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God, whoever you pray to, I don't care what nobody tell you. If you think the day of reckoning, how you got Bill Carson and all the rest of them niggas, yeah, the hellfire, it ain't real. Nigga, life teaches you that it's real. You can feel the fire burning around you when you're doing something wrong, and you still do it anyway. Nobody can never convince me that the wrath of God is not going to meet you on the other side of when you die. Nobody can convince me of that, because you can feel it. People don't like religion, not because of the wars. So you cool with religion, but you like rap music. This rap music is one of the nastiest things that ever touched this earth, and nobody complains about it. Hollywood is one of the nastiest things that ever touched this earth, but nobody complains about it. When you go to Hollywood, you got to go to the director's couch. When you go to the music industry, you got to go to Quincy Jones' house. You got to go to Russell Simmons' house. You got to go to Diddy's house. You got to go to Chris Stokes' house. But you ain't hear about what happened with B2K? Oh, y'all didn't know that Chris Stokes sued me and had my videos knocked down? That I made about what he did, allegedly, the B2K, earlier in my career. So when niggas be talking about Haas ain't fighting over, now let me tell you something, man. Right now, you got X-Clan in court with Patrice. I'm the one that brought Sister Patrice out to the internet, telling her story about the legendary group X-Clan. This is protected by the red, the black, the green sissies. Remember them? I'm the one that brought her out. But it's easy for people to tell you what I didn't do and what I wasn't a part of when they snatched my videos, or rather I had to take my videos down off of YouTube because my monetization was taken. See, it's one thing for Fat Joe to have my monetization taken. It's another thing for whacking on academics to have bots put on my channel. And every time I go live, we got 2,800 people in the building right now, right? Every time I go live, there's something holding my numbers from my notifications being out. Every time. And then mysteriously, when I start doing little things, which I can't do my whole life, because then when you start doing it your whole life, it actually affecting your life. The numbers start jumping and jumping and jumping. How many people we got in the building now? 3,100. Now refresh it. You'll see. And why every time our numbers start going up, it reminds me of that song. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, me back. How many people we got in the building right now? 3,300? Yeah, Denzel kissing a man is a whole nother live. Oh, believe me, that didn't slip past me. Not the fact that they put it in the movie. They took it out the movie, and he still decided to tell you that he kissed the man. Disgusting. How many people y'all see in the building? How many people y'all see in the building? 35, right? It's 37 now, right? I see 37. You put 37. See, put 37 in the building. Now ask yourself a question. How do we go from 2,800 people in the building to 3,700 back to 37? Now, how do we go to 37 back to 2,900? How did we just go from 3,700 back to 2,900? Because of the bots, right? Now, what did y'all see? In less than 60 seconds, we had 2,900. Who did that? Who was responsible for that? They put bots on my channel. I just wanted y'all to see that. This is what I go through. This is why I don't even be going live like that, because it kind of irritates me. And then when I go live, they knock me off my live after a while, put my live in the gold for me not to get paid. And then when they finally put it back in the green for me to get paid, all the ads done, all the views was accumulated. There is no God in the music industry. When you say you thought Denzel was Christian, why would you think that? Or rather, the God that they worship in the industry is not the God that you worship. Why would you think that? The music industry is evil. The people in the music industry is evil. You can't be in the music industry without the evil practices of the music industry. You cannot be in the music industry without practicing the evils of the music industry. So what are we going to do about the evil? We're going to avoid the evil. Stop participating in the evil. Warn our children about the evil. Go in the opposite direction of the evil. Some of those stories that you read in the Bible is for a reason. You know, it's crazy how when you read the story of Lot and it talks about God destroying the people of Lot because they practice evil that's practiced in P. Diddy's house, in Hollywood, in the music industry, right? They practice evil. And when you sit back and you analyze it, it's like, okay, so in Sodom and Gomorrah and the people of Lot, it tells you about how those people were turned into stone. It rained down fire on them. And then when I watch certain videos and it shows you certain places in the world, they show you big statues of giants, giant people. Some people say they're the Nephilim. They call them different names. We don't know who they are. But we know that there's footprints and there's statues, or rather, I don't know what word to use, where there was giants that's actually turned into stones to show that in history that they really do exist, but they don't show us too much on TV. You have to research and look. Just like when you damn, what is the name? Because they tell you that I don't read, but they be really, really lying. I'm not going to tell you what I read or what I don't read. It's none of your business. When they tell you about the Tartarians, when you start to read and you start to study the Tartarians, you start to realize that there was groups of people that was erased out of history. That was advanced people, and they keep trying to sell you on the Anunnaki, but they don't want to. They don't want you to look at the Tartarians. They don't want you to look at. There was many different groups of people that had knowledges, and it's like when you read the Quran, right, or the Bible. When the Quran says, when Allah says in the Quran, He says, "Did you not see how many generations of people we destroyed before you?" When you travel the earth and you look, when you go in the sea, when you listen to what they talking about, how they said in certain areas, Lake Lanier and certain in the lake in the lake in Crotona Park and the lake in this place and the lake in that place, you notice how they tell you the stories of how these lakes have villages buried under these lakes. How did they get buried? How long did mankind have the weapons to be able to create storms, create earthquakes? How long were we able to flood each other's communities through wars? Because you're going to tell me that certain lakes used to be villages, but then you said the town flooded those villages. How? By pouring buckets of water on the villages? How, Sway? Think, Daniel son. Think. The Percy that I'm talking about, you said, what happened to OG Percy? We're not talking about Percy from Texas. We're talking about Percy from the Terror Squad. May he rest in peace. He was murdered at a lounge. Allegedly, the way the story goes, he lent somebody some money. I'm not going to sit up there. I'm going to say he lent somebody some money. Somebody owed him some money. I'm not going to incriminate him and say he was. Let me leave it like that. Let me leave. Whatever way they owed him money, they decided that they wasn't going to pay him back, or he decided that he wasn't having it because they wasn't paying him back. Either way, it led to a confrontation with them inside the lounge, and Percy ended up with 2 stab wounds in his chest. I seen the video. It's nasty work. Now, with that being said, All of y'all that's watching me, when I say that's nasty work, where did that slogan come from? Where did it come from? The streets, jail, or Instagram? It's nasty work. For me, I say it's the streets. Somebody else had an argument with me talking about, oh, that came from Instagram. Like, what? We create our own slogans, especially me. But whatever. Been saying that since 15. Exactly. We started that shit in jail. Nasty work. When niggas get stabbed up and shot up, we call it nasty work. We call it putting in work. Nasty work. But we got to convince these people on the internet that it came from the streets. It came from jail. No, it didn't come from the internet. In order for it to get in the internet, it had to come from somewhere. It came from jail. We've been sitting up there talking about putting in work. Nasty work. Ooh, that was nasty work. Knife work. Knife work. Getting busy. Yeah. I had an argument with somebody sitting up there talking shit, talking about, oh, that came from Instagram. Instagram, anything on Instagram came from the streets. It came from the penitentiary. You already lost the argument. Yeah, he got his TV turned off. He got his snot box rocked. My knife game crazy. Exactly. That's one of my favorite slogans. My knife game crazy. I love that. Let me stop. God forgive me. Let me tell you something, man. Anytime you argue with somebody, my slogan is give me 50 feet. When you argue with somebody and they up close, you can't pull your gun if they got a knife. You're going to lose. Face to face, your gun is going to lose to somebody's knife. If you give me 10 feet, my gun is going to win to your knife. If you face to face, you're never going to get a chance to pull that gun. I'm going to stab you up. If you distant, my knife is no good. When you argue with somebody, you never let somebody up close in your face to argue with you. You arguing and you think they're going to lose? Like, no. Once they flick that knife and they poke, understand that a knife wound is bigger than a gun wound. A bullet is this big. A knife. All right. Matter of fact, I got something for y'all. Let me show y'all. I'm going to show y'all one of my guns. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Hit him in the head with the headshot. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, son. Stop playing with me, son. What? What? Don't play with me, my nigga, yo. Don't play with me, man. Where my money? I need some cash. Where my money? I will rock your snot box. Stop playing with me. Hit him in the head with the headshot. See that hole right there? See that hole right there? Stop playing with me. Yeah. Listen, niggas got real guns on YouTube. I'm sitting up there playing with mine. And me and Aaliyah be going to war. Piper Boy Williams, shout out to you. Y'all make sure y'all go follow the brother. Stop playing, man. Let me tell y'all something. The number one rule and the number one goal is to make it home. To make it home to your children, man. To make it home to your wife and your children. That is the number one mission. Our mission is not to prove to somebody that we tough. I'll be a stupid nigga to let somebody trick me into my ego. Oh, my name ain't out there like that. I gotta go out like that. Like, nah, I'll be a stupid nigga for me to sit up there and actually prove to a bunch of young kids. I'm grandpa right now. I'm real like, yo, I'm grandpa. If I'm grandpa right now, I got a grandchild right now, and we looked up to Tut, what does that make Tut? Great grandpa. How y'all niggas expect Tut to come home and still be a dumb, ignorant street nigga when he's great? If I'm grandpa, he's great grandpa. The nigga's 60. I'm in my 40s. He's 60. We got to stop putting that spell over each other, man. Because the truth of the matter is, once you get a certain age, your main objective should be to leave some type of legacy behind for your family. And it don't always have to be money. It don't always have to be money. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, when you watch movies like Rambo, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, y'all niggas would be a fool to ever play with a nigga like Tut and think that that old ass man don't got one good round left in him. We all do. We just don't want to throw it away on you, soldier boy. You. We all got enough. We got another round. We got another round in us. But for what? Our own people? If you hurting and I'm hurting. Because men, we can't tell you that we didn't get over our pain. We can't tell you that. Because we soft if we expressed ourselves. If we sit up there saying, yo, most men, you want to know a secret? Most men have been hurt in life more than women. And that's because the woman that raised them, most of the time, hurt them more than life itself. So after that, we just had to learn how to figure shit out. But these women they want you to feel sorry for them, but they don't want to acknowledge what they did to us. Oh, you men ain't men no more. We need to go get a white man. Oh, you need to go get a white man because you hurt the black man? I'm going to say this again. The most pain that a man has ever been through has came from his mother. The reason why we forgive our fathers that was never there is because our father didn't hurt us. And his number one excuse when our fathers talk to us, if you couldn't put up with your mother, how was I supposed to put up with your mother? Salute the highs from CT, the Bribber, salute big homie, hello fam, salute. Thank you, Direct Mega. Nigga said, I want to party with you when I get out. Love you. Love you, baby. Nigga. I promise y'all that I'm going to start setting up stream yards. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I already done mastered this shit. While they trying to sit up there and dwindle down and play with my numbers, and I prove to y'all when I go live over and over and over again that they playing with the numbers. This shit is boring to me. How they say I came, I saw, and I conquered. I conquered this shit already. It's boring. I done spoke. Now it's time for y'all to speak. So what I'm going to start doing is we're going to come up with topics. I always look at my messages. Don't give me no... my IG is Poppy from BX River. Poppy from FROM BX River. Y'all can hit me in my DM. Buzz Beyond. Much love, Haas. Wanted to show support. Thank you, family. Y'all can hit me up. Snapbox TV, I don't really be answering my DMs like that. Poppy from BX River is where I'm really more focused at. Let me know what topics y'all want to talk about. Send me topics. I'll do the videos. Don't write me a dictionary. I don't feel like reading your... I don't want to read your whole life story. Please don't do that. Keep it short and simple. Party God. Bro, I'm a pro-black gamer from Philadelphia. And my last name is Campbell. For years, I feel like we related. Can we collab? YouTube playing with your numbers. Anybody that wants to collab with me, first and foremost, you should be following me on my Instagram, my Facebook, and definitely my Patreon. And shout out to my Patreon. Thank you for being patient. And I'm letting y'all know right now, the politician and the politics of HASSAN Campbell will now be on my Patreon. I'm not dealing with no more politics, because the reality of it is when you got little ugly niggas like Bullis Gotti on YouTube talking about how HASSAN Campbell never did nothing. Nigga, I sacrificed my money and my channel for the things that I talk about. I sacrificed the money and my channel for the things that I talked about. And this is the reason why I'm in trouble on YouTube. Because even though Trump talking about no more shadow banning, y'all see right in front of y'all faces, they're still shadow banning me. Of course, Little Dirk gonna plead not guilty. Who in their right mind gonna plead guilty to the feds? Shadow banning is illegal, but you got to get a lawyer and prove it. That's why I'm gonna keep on with the screenshots. But when I deal with this platform, with the shit that they're allowing to happen to me, it's not gonna just because they playing with my numbers. All them videos where dudes are sitting up there gay bashing and calling me gay, I love them, because what you're doing is bullying and harassment. I'm gonna have a field day with my lawsuit. That's why I don't even flag dudes. I'm not flagging them. Bring on some more of them videos with YouTube allowing y'all niggas to call me gay and see what happens. I'm gonna have a fields day in my lawsuit. A fields day. Because bullying and harassment goes against YouTube guidelines. You mentioned crypto the other day. Look into Richard Hart coins. I don't really mention crypto like that because I don't know much about crypto. I never really studied crypto like that. Crypto hasn't been around long enough. I've seen people invest in crypto and their money went up, and I've seen people invest in crypto and their money went down. So I'm still kind of like skeptical about crypto. You think Dirk doing life highs? I pray that he's not doing life. What do you think about the buckshot shot situation? I did a whole video on that. YouTube, stop playing with Haas numbers. Let them eat. Exactly. See how we went up to 3,200, then they pulled us back down to 2,800 and back down to 25, because the reality of it is, when y'all sit back and y'all analyze, there's thousands of people. Like, we probably, 9 times out of 10, we probably got over 15,000 people in the building watching right now, but they're not going to give us that. Earthquakes and earth removes have exited since the first cave. Dwellers push rocks down on their enemies. Y'all got a lot to learn about technology. You got a lot to learn about, like, when you see how old the pyramids is and the technology that came, and they make us look like we so fucking dumb when we living in a day and a time where, have y'all studied, like, do y'all really look to see what China have been building over there? The highways, the buildings, the technology that China has? That blacked out gear is tough. Salute, Haas. Ant-Man, thank you. Appreciate you. China is building, like, those pyramids compared to the shit that's being built. Like, okay, you talking about on one set, they built pyramids. On another set, Elon Musk got robots. He got iRobots. He got Terminators. Elon Musk done built Terminators. Y'all niggas is still talking about the pyramids. The pyramids is washed up. That's outdated old technology. The pyramids is washed up. Who cares about the pyramids? America got F-bombers, warships. Niggas got warships. Hypersonic missiles. Weapons to make it rain. Weapons to make it snow. Weapons to make it have an earthquake. Like, we still talking about the pyramids. Who's doing that? Who? The pro-black section? Who? Look at the technology we have now. Who's still talking about the pyramids? Who? Talking about the pyramids in today's time is equivalent to talking about niggas going to jail. Yeah, nigga did 25. Yeah, nigga bust his gun. Nigga, get out of here. Nobody gives a damn about the pyramids. There's other technology out here that's surpassing the pyramids. It's surpassing the pyramids. Don't nobody care about the pyramids. Niggas still talking about the pyramids. Do you realize that you looking at me on a rock? Understand something, right? If this was the Bible, and the Bible told you that there was a time where people could talk to each other through a rock, and that your voice would travel like light speed. Where you from? Everybody that's watching me right now, tell me where you from in the comment section. Because I'm talking to you, from where you at. Where are you from? Let me know in the comment section. I am talking to you from New York. And you in Maryland, Brooklyn, Sacramento, Cleveland, Philly, Boston. I'm in Westchester County right now. Orlando, Alaska. And right now you hearing my voice. Milwaukee. South Carolina, Dubai, Paris, Coney Island, Dominican Republic. I am talking to people from all over the world through a rock. And niggas is still talking about the pyramid. Do you see the technology that man, but they want you to believe that an alien, oh yeah, the Nephilim, oh yeah, to this, oh yeah, to that, but nobody never want to give credit to mankind. Brick City, Columbia, London, Alabama, Atlanta. Detroit, Wisconsin, Arizona, Africa, Kansas City, Missouri, Toronto, Georgia, Pound Town, CT, North Dakota. How are we talking to each other like this? How will we communicate? And we talking about the pyramids. We got miracles going on right in front of our faces that we can't still explain. Regular people can't explain to regular people how we speaking to each other over technology. And if we wrote a Bible of today for the people tomorrow after World War III, nobody would believe that we'd be dealing on this level. Palm Bay, Brooklyn, Iowa City, Fordham Road. Shout out to Fordham Road. Shout out to University. Shout out to Cortland Ave. Shout out to Bronx River, the Bahamas, Illinois, Haiti, St. Louis. Got the Bahamas up in the building. Like, wow. You see little Bullet Scotty? You watching Bullet Scotty? I don't care what you say. HASSAN Campbell is legendary. All I have to do right now is create my own set of good people. And I got my whole set around the whole world right now on the internet. Please don't ever compare me to a nigga that got life in jail. I don't never, ever want to be compared to a nigga that got life in jail when I'm free. What they tell that nigga in Spartacus, in Gladiator, win the crowd and you win your freedom. Nigga, I won the crowd. I'm free. I'm home. Yeah, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you.